Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn, and today we're going to crack open some booster packs of Wonders of the First. Not just any booster packs, collector's packs. We have 3 different products that we're eventually going to crack on this channel. The first thing I want to talk about is this dragon box. This is a numbered dragon box, 2,190 out of 2,699 only. So the box itself is actually numbered. There's some crazy stuff in this. We are not going to crack it today. That's coming down the line. We also have a Phoenix Quill box, which is just like the normal collector's booster boxes, except it's a special Phoenix Quill edition. We have a Phoenix Quill art on the box itself, and this one is guaranteed to have a Phoenix Quill inside the box. This is another one that we are not cracking open today, but we will get to eventually. For those who don't know, a Phoenix Quill is basically this game's version of a Black Lotus, for those of you that know Magic the Gathering. So this will eventually happen down the line as well. But today, what we are focusing on is the normal collector booster box itself. There are 30 packs in this, and there's a couple of interesting cards we're trying to hit. So first of all, there's orbital color matches, otherwise known as OCMs. Those are numbered. Those are special numbered cards where there are only a limited number available in existence at all, and we're trying to hit those. We're also hoping that we hit some formless foils, which is a special version of the foiling process, which sees the card art go all the way to the borders. So if we can hit some of that, we're excited as well. And then there is a small chance we might hit a stone foil. Stone foils are 1 of 1 numbered prints. There's only one in existence for each of them, for each of the cards in the set. 407 cards in the set, and if we manage to hit one of those, that's just going to be absolutely insane because of just how rare they are. There's only one for each card in existence. And even though some of those other products we looked at the beginning of this video, those are going to have increased chances of pulling some of those crazier stuff, this is still a collector's booster box, and it is still going to have chances of hitting some of that crazy stuff. And I'm excited to see if we do it. So let's just dig in. This is a 30-pack booster box of collector boosters. So we're going to open it up here. Let's get in the creases. Alright, here we go. Open this thing right up. Open this thing right up. Here we go. Are we gonna hit anything insane today? Well, we're gonna find out, that's for sure. We are going to find out. Let's get the cellophane off of that. Alright. Let's open this thing up. So first of all, we've got an insert. This actually explains the different deck archetypes within the game for each of the orbital pairings. For those that don't know, the orbitals are the different colors of cards in the game. There's 6 different orbitals, and each orbital pairing here is represented by a certain archetype, certain play style that you might want to try to go through. So pretty cool information there. And then we have our packs. Another thing I want to point out here is that every booster box has a special alt art silver pack. This is a pack that contains just 1 card in it, but it's always going to be an alternate art for one of the cards in the game. And I think they're also formless foils, but I'm not 100% on that. We'll find out when we crack it, but usually the cards in here are absolutely insane. So we're going to save this, we're going to save that for last. But here we got all 30 packs, so let's bust them open. 30 packs. Alright, we're going to toss the box off to the side. Let's make it happen. Alright, pack 1. Let's do it. We want OCMs. We want formless foils. Could you imagine if we got a stone foil? Good God, a 1 of 1. Alright. We got a Broken Eldritch Idol. Harmonious Chord Singer, Comet Cleaver, Demonic Wolfsman, Abyssal Sand Leviathan, Here we got a foil Sky Seeker Twins. I actually really like that card. Seed of Verdant Leaf, which is a foil rare. That's actually a pretty sick card. And then we have a foil token here. Tokens in this game are actually really sick. Ooh, another rare. Oh no, that's an epic. Growthar Head Choppa. Head Choppa. And then we've got a Rend, Emerald Clearing, and Scorpion's Edge. These three at the back, these are special slots where you can hit special things. Sometimes they're just going to be commons and uncommon. Most of the time they're going to be that. But I mean, getting some foils, getting a foil rare and having a double rare pack, one of them being an epic, is pretty nuts here. Let's move on. All right, pack number 2. We've got a Souljar Mastery, a Wave Cleaver Sword, a Techno Historian, the Wind Reaver, one of my favorite uncommons. Card's nuts. Quiet Creek, a foil common, Isaac Sparkpaw. I actually used that in my Master Lock deck. Technomad Nyx, a foil uncommon. And then we've got a foil token, Watching Facture. Seed of Verdant Leaf again. This one's not foil, but there's our rare. And then at the back we've got Thunderclap Flash, a Vulcan Veil, and a Ren Arbor. So another pretty cool pack there. Let's open the next one. Alright, pack number 3. We've got a Sir Starbeak, Strength Augmentation, Sirenia Coral Heart, Fortress Brightstone, Carnotitan Ravager, a foil common, Circuitous Q7. Man, the foils look so good. A foil Kraken of the Inferno, which is an uncommon. Another foil token, Prickly Brambleberry. And then we have an epic instead of a rare. Epic is actually a higher rarity than rare. It goes rare, common, uncommon, rare, epic, mythic. So this is an epic God's Eye release. Banishes all primary and legendary wonders. That's insane. We got ourselves a Moonfire Crystal Mouse, probably the best common in the game. I'm telling you guys, this card's nuts. Heron Sharp Eye and Fortune Dealer. Alright. Let's crack another one. Pack number 4. Here we go. We've got a Biocircuit Plant, Glowcap Fungus, Cosmo Cloudman, Patrian Home-Cooked Meal, a Bombi, a foil Volcanic Wastes, even though this is a land, a common rather. It being a land is actually really cool because the lands are super good in this game. So a foil land. Ooh, a foil mythic. This is Romalax Star Wielder. Dude, so crazy. A foil mythic. And then we've got a formless foil common. So even though it's a common, this is a formless foil. This is one of the things we're really trying to hit. I mean, just the foil mythic is nuts, mythic being the highest rarity. The foil mythics are going to be something for sure. But a formless foil, even at common, is super impressive. These don't show up very often. You can see how the art goes all the way to the edges. Super cool. And then we've got an actual epic in addition. So we got, what, a foil mythic, a formless foil common, and just a normal paper epic, which is Fungalith Colossus. Pretty gnarly card. Ranaday Hopmaster and Glimmer Bandit. Alright, we're actually gonna pull some of those off and put them off to the side here. Because foil mythics and formless foils are where we want to be. Alright. Next up we've got, what do we got? Pack number 5, I believe. Chained Crow, Wave Whisperer Bay, Wave Cleaver Sword, Tony Fortune Hunter Thick Fur, one of my favorite uncommons, this guy's nuts. Verdant Mace, a foil Flame Kissed Isle, nice. A Xenic Azimuth, foil common. Another formless foil, Desert Survivor MBC suit. Oh, that card's awesome. And the formless looks so, so good. Let's put it down here. We've got a Corvus Shadow Wing, which is a rare. Nice. Ooh, and an epic, Staff of Eldritch Tribesman. Man, these packs are just loaded. A couple commons at the end. Very, very nice. I'm surprised. Dig into the next one. I'm seeing an abundance of foils, and I'm also seeing an abundance of things that are rarer than an uncommon. We got Souljar Mastery, Link's Paw Song, Deconstruct, a Punish, a Reforged Summoning Platform. Then we've got a foil Spellbroken Flame Golem. Very nice. We've got a foil Lunar Empowerment, which is only a common, but I lost to that card at the first Shattering Constructed tournament, so I know how powerful it can be. And then we also have another formless foil, a Kairos Mistral. This card's awesome too. It is only a common, but it's super, super good. Tap free to stun target wonder in this realm. That's wild. But again, formless foil's looking mighty nice. Let's pop that down there. Jeez Louise. And then we have an epic, I believe? No, it's just a rare. Galen Mosspaw. That card's pretty cool. But we also have a mythic. Dang, man. The double rares are nuts. Cosmic Cataclysm. That card was in the first place deck. And it's looking pretty gnarly. If you guys saw the constructed tournament, any of my footage on the constructed tournament for the first Shattering Constructed event, you know that this appeared in the finals, the first place deck. Hell of a card. Hell of a card. Alright, we got a Revolutionary Cannon and a set sail. Next up we've got, let's see. We are cranking through these packs. I'm surprised how much crazy stuff we're pulling out of them though, to be honest. We've got a Caroline Candle, Koi Scale, Crypt Reach Province, a Pachenko, Stratos Wind Rider, and then we've got a normal foil Kairos Mistral. We saw the formless earlier, right down here. You see how the normal foil still looks really, really pretty, but nowhere near as nuts as the formless foil. And then we've also got a foil Celestium Heights, a formless foil Luminous Medusa. Wow, I'm kind of surprised how many formless foils we're pulling out of this, to be completely honest. That looks really nice. Let's put that down here. And then we've got a Whisperleaf Cloak, which is a rare, Dwarven Vault, Remains of Barnabas, and a Wren Arbor. Next pack, we've got, what do we got? What do we got? Alright, Celestium Heights, Wave Whisperer Bay, Xenic Azimuth, Tony Fortune Hunter Thickfur, and a Verdant Mace. We've got a foil Fortress Orcscar, a foil Koi Scale, which is another really good common, a foil Ragavore token, and tokens in this game are actually really, really cool. They're strictly better if you use an actual token card that you have, rather than just using whatever to represent a token, which is very different from other games, because the tokens themselves sometimes have slightly negligible little ways in which they're just better, whether it might be like the type of beast that they are, which might get like tribal benefits and stuff like that, or sometimes even just having like a keyword like flying, whereas if you made a generic token without actually having the token, it wouldn't have that potentially, depending on the card used to make these tokens. So sometimes the tokens can have strictly beneficial things to them that just make them better if you actually have the right cards, the token card themselves. So I think the foil tokens are actually super sick, and I think they're going to be highly sought after in the long run because of that. Especially because your token deck can contain so many more copies of a single token card, rather than the number of copies you're limited to having cards in your main deck. So really, really cool. We've also got an Azure Vault here, which is an epic. and Intricate Protective Synthetic, which is an uncommon, and then a Texel and a Thunderclap Flash. Very nice. Let's crack into the next one. If I can. At least these packs are sealed well. I would much prefer them to be sealed as well as they are than in a flimsy fashion. They're definitely sealed super well. We've got an Ethereal Enigmist, a Glowcap Fungus, a Comet Cleaver, a Dark Iron City, an Arcane Grasp, a foil Pink Spore Dreamcap, which is a card that you can actually have as many as you want in your deck. It's actually printed on the card. So I think foils of this might actually be super relevant and worth picking up, because decks that want to run this card need so many more copies. So if you want to bling out your deck, you're going to need way more foils. That might drive up the price to a certain extent, which is kind of interesting. Then we've got Serpent's Embrace, which is a foil rare, I believe. Foil rare land. That's a really good one. And then we have another foil token, a Cinder Enforcer. And then we have an epic Nexar Voidchild. That card is nuts. This pack's really good. This pack's really good. I'm gonna actually put that foil rare down here. We've got the Wind Reaver, Emerald Clearing, and a Scorpion's Edge. Alright, next pack. We are cranking, guys. We are cranking. Here we go. We've got a Necropolis of the Damned, Oakthorn's Elysium, a Progo, Giant Gura Beast, 13 power. I think it's crazy. A Lionasia Celestine. And then we've got a foil Wretched Mirror of Requiem. It's only a common, but I love that card. We got a foil Patch Squibby! It's Patch Squibby! This is No Refill's favorite card. Just for nostalgic reasons. She loves it, so I'm gonna put that aside. Really cool that we pulled a foil Patch Squibby. A foil token, Aether Valkyr. This was actually the token type that the final deck, the first place deck from the Existence Constructed tournament, was actually using in the deck. So seeing that as a foil token here is pretty rad. I'm actually gonna put that aside too. And then we've got a Strange Mutated Mast. It's an epic. It's one of the crazy cards in the set for sure. We're gonna put that aside for sure. Starburst Mallet, Dreamweaver Sloth, Floki Born in Fire. Moving on. Man, Strange Mutated Mass. Strange Mutated Masks are crazy because they take on the total power of everything in adjacent realms, which means if you put two Strange Mutated Masses right next to each other, they both have infinite power, which is legit. It's insane. Alright, we've got a Sir Reynard, a Strength Augmentation, Sirenia Coral Heart, Deep Pincher, and a Sea Fly Nests. Moving on, we've got a foil Lunar Empowerment, a foil Deathsworn Gravesman. Deathsworn Gravesman, which I believe is a rare. Crazy. And then we have another formless foil, Flash the Windwalker. It is a common, but it's a formless. It looks really pretty. Let's put that down here. We've got another epic, Sigrid Iron Shield, and a copy of the first, a Texel, and a Thunder Crash Axe. Very nice. Let's crack open another one. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Alright. We've got a Valthok Bladebane, Sylvari Oceanbreaker, Xenic Azimuth, Valkyria Valorum, a Punish, and then we've got Harmonious Chord Singer, another foil common. We've got a foil War-Tamed Manticore, which is an uncommon. And then we've got a foil token, but this is actually a pretty cool one. This is a copy token, where you can make a copy of an item in play, and this token can represent that if you have the cards that can do it. Very cool. And then we have a rare here, the Power of 3, and then a Caroline Candle upside down card, and a Trinity Barboni. What's the upside down card? Remains of Barnabas. Is that why he's upside down? Because you want to put him in your discard pile, in your abyss. Let's crack open another. I can feel it, guys. There's going to be something special in these packs. I can feel it in my bones. Celestium Heights, Lynx Pawsong, Deconstruct, Seafly Nest, Stratos, Windrider. We've got a foil Betrayer of Ironskin Clan, a foil, another foil common, a Master Farad, and then we've got a foil Shambler token, very nice, counts as an undead and a zombie, very cool. And then we've got Knievel Wayfarer, one of my favorite cards, even though this isn't like super rare or anything, it's a normal rare. I'm still putting it aside because I love that card. Then we've got a Renaji Vogel, which is an epic. Is that an epic? Yeah, we got a rare and an epic. Sweet. And then a Revolutionary Cannon and a set sail. Let's crack open another pack. Here we go. Alright. Here we go. We got a Necropolis of the Damned, Oakthorn's Elysium, Quantum Quell, Igling Roch, Life Engine Heart, a foil Wave Whisperer Bay, a foil Trinity Barboni, a foil Moonlit token, very, very nice. And then we've got a Whiskey Raider, which is an epic, very good card. I actually have that in my Master Lock deck that I used during the Existence Constructed tournament. And then we have Cosmo Cloudman, Dreamweaver Sloth, and a Flame-Kissed Isle. So again, I'm pretty impressed with just how many foils are in these packs, and also how many packs are containing double rares. Or, you know, rare and then another card that's a rare or better. Very, very cool. Alright, we've got a Caroline Candle, Kairos Mistral, Cybernetic Enhancement, Fortress Brightstone, Igling Roch. We've got a foil Proga, which is a common. We've got a foil Noctarum of the Lost, which is an uncommon. And then we have another formless foil, an Emberwood Stalwart. Very cool. And we've got a mythic, Ragnar Bloodbane. I think that's actually one that I want for one of my decks. He's pretty cool. We've got the Crimson Marauder, which is a rare. Man, these packs are just stacked. Volcanic Wastes and Trinity Barboni. Alright, let's crack another one. Let's crack another one. Here we go. We've got a Sir Reynard, a Static Shock, a Synapse Ridge, a Pathfinding Klee, Zephyrus Sky Air, a foil Cosmo Cloudman, very nice, a foil Floki Born in Fire, which is another common, and then a foil Religious Relic token. Man, these foils just look so good. We've got another rare here, Viking Phantom Caster, and then a Skaldar Grimshade, Betrayer of Ironskin Clan, and Thunder Crash Axe. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright. Keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We've got a Valthok Bloodbane, Sylvari Oceanbreaker, Xenic Azimuth, Zephyrus Sky Air. We've got a foil Cast Out. It's only a common. I actually think this card's really, really good, though. I think it's going to be kind of a backbone piece in a lot of control decks moving forward. And then we've got a foil Scorpion's Edge, which is really, really good in equipment decks. We got an OCM! Holy! Strength Augmentation. It's only a common. I don't care. 37 out of 99. Can you see that? Can you see that number? Right there. 37 out of 99. It looks kind of like a formless foil, except it's an OCM, which stands for Orbital Color Match. So the borders are actually the color of whatever orbital it belongs to. This one being Patria, so it's green. And then it's numbered 37 out of 99 in existence, and we pulled one. That is nuts. We need, hold on, we need a sleeve for that. We definitely need a sleeve for that. We definitely need a sleeve for that. Oh my god, OCM. That's like the biggest pulls you can get. Well, not the biggest. The stone foils that are one of ones are the biggest, but these are just stupid rare. I can't believe we got that. That's nuts. I didn't even go through the rest of the pack. What else is in the pack? A Rootling Terror, which is a rare. Actually, a super good card. Duatian Frontier, which is an epic. Man, this pack is just stacked. And then we've got an Eclipse Enclave and Flash the Windwalker. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. We pulled an OCM Strength Augmentation. I mean, it's just a common, but I don't care. It's an OCM. Let's go. Let's put that over here with our crystal pack. Or our silver pack, rather. Alright, let's open up another one. Let's open up another one. Will we hit another? Will we hit 2 OCMs in this box? I'm going to keep the faith. I'm going to keep the faith that we might hit a stone foil. Here we go. We got a Sir Reynard, Static Shock, Tecmawa Outskirts, Petrian Homecooked Meal, Zephyrus Sky Arc, a foil Chained Crow, a foil Entangle, which is an epic, very nice, a foil MK5 Token, and then we've got a rare Starbound Colossus, and then Desert Survivor MBC Suit, the Betrayer of Ironskin Clan, and a Thunder Crash Axe. Wow. Alright, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I think I'm becoming addicted to cracking packs, guys. We've got a Celestium Heights, Lunar Empowerment, Deconstruct, Starburst Mallet, Kraken of the Inferno, Spellbroken Flame Golem, Foil, a Foil Glowcap Fungus, both commons. And then we've got a Formless Foil Dustfall Deadhead. I just can't believe how many Formless Foils are in these packs. And then the best equipment in the game, an epic Dimensional Piercer. Dude, this pack. Sister Azura Silversong, Rav, Courtroom Mistress, and a Seer's Gaze. Wow. Formless Foil, you can go down there. Alright. We're getting there, guys. I think we're about 2/3 through. 2/3, 3/4, somewhere in that. Alright. We've got a Master Farid. We've got a Nisula Majoris, a Techno Historian, a Reforged Summoning Platform, a Sir Caravan Heander, a foil Sir Reynard, a foil Enzo Barboni, which is a rare. I'll put that down here. And then we got a formless foil Sylvari Oceanbreaker. Man, these formless foils are showing up like crazy. Even though most of them are lower rarities, like, they're still incredible. In fact, some of the lower rarity cards are the backbones of what make a lot of decks tick. So formless foils of key cards is pretty good. We got Staff of the Sandseer as a rare. And then we've got a Vulcan Veil, a Rav, and a Set Sail. Let's keep it going. We have more packs to get through. How many? About 10, I think. Alright, Mold Warrior, Numinatrix Aurora Ignitara, Quantum Quell, Charging Pulpo, a Dwarven Vault, a foil Emerald Clearing, a foiled Ronade Hopmaster, that's an important card, Midnight Sky Sword foil token, again, another foil token, love the foil tokens, and then we've got a Corrupted Prismation Behemoth as a rare. This guy becomes a stone, which is really cool. Kairos Mistral, Ronade Hopmaster, and a Glacium Keep. Alright. We've got a Cast Out, Isaac Sparkpaw, a Dark Iron Fish, Astral Vanguard Armor, Caden Wind Whisperer, the Remains of Barnabas, foil, very, very nice. A Sky Wraith foil. That's an epic. Very nice. And then we got a foil token. Iron Shield Marauder. I believe that's a token, right? Yeah, that's a token. And then we've got a rare here. Briar Maw. And then a Sir Caerban Heander. Energy Extraction and Forgotten Draugr. I know I've said it a couple times already, but it keeps surprising me just how many double rare packs we're getting and how many foils we're getting. We have a Celestium Heights, Nizula Majoris, Deconstruct, Sister Azura Silversong, Stoic Temple Guardian, a foil Tau Mecha Outskirts, foil Harmonious Chord Singer, foil Pollen Drone token. That's another one that gets flying. A Man Portable Cannon, which is a rare. Revolutionary Cannon, another Revolutionary Cannon, so a double, and then a Seer's Gaze, which is probably one of the most important commons in the meta right now. Very important card. Alright. Feel it in my bones. We got another OCM coming. I can feel it, guys. We got a Cast Out, Isaac Sparkpaw, Dark Iron Fish, Pachanko, a Sky Jelly, a foil Necropolis of the Damned, Thorwing Thunderbeak, foil, which is an uncommon. Ooh, a formless foil Eye of Patraia. This is an epic, guys. A formless foil epic. Oh, that looks so pretty. That looks so pretty. We got Reforging Titan, which is a rare. And then we've got Demonic Wolfsman, Volcanic Wastes, and Ren Arbor. Very cool. We're getting down to it, though. We are getting down to it. We've got a Catch, Kairos Mistral, Dark Iron Fish, Blood-Eye Dragonette, Emma. We got an Emma. Emma Fixum Shockbite. That's like one of the chase cards in the set. It's not a foil or anything, but that's still nuts. She's crazy. Let's put her off to the side. We've got a Technology, a foil common. We've got another foil common, a Strength Augmentation. That's the same card that we hit the OCM of earlier. And then we've got an Iron Shield Warlord, foil token. An Enzo Barboni, so another rare. Very nice. And then an Eiron Sharpeye, Energy Extraction, and Fortune Dealer. Alright, we're down to our last 5 packs. 5 packs. I still feel something good coming. I mean, the foil Eye of Patraia was pretty nuts. Mold Warrior, Skyseeker Twins, Quantum Quell, Charging Polpo, Fortress Brightstone, a foil Enraged Bear, a foil Progo, which is another common, a foil Ragavore token. We certainly love our foil tokens. And then we've got a Richard Grumpin. I'm not that grumpy. He's a rare. Very cool. And then we've got Link's Paw Song, Ronaday Hopmaster, and Glimmer Bandit. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Come on. This one doesn't want to open. This one does not want to open. We've got a Skaldar Grimshade, a Spellbroken Flame Golem, Synapse Ridge, Fire Grimoire, a Bombi, a foil Caroline Candle, very nice, foil Rav, Courtroom Mistress. This card was like an MVP for me in Sealed. Very, very cool. And then we've got a foil Invasive Sporling token. And what's cool about the tokens, they're double-sided. So the back of the tokens are actually a land, a very generic land for a particular orbital. Which is really, really cool. It might help with like sealed and draft and stuff like that. And then we've got an epic here, Courageous Heart emblem. We've got an Isaac Sparkpaw, Ronaday Hopmaster, Fortune Dealer. Very cool. Down to our last 3 packs, guys. 3. Here we go. I mean, I'm still super grateful we pulled even one OCM, even if we don't get another one. But I still feel something special is coming. I feel it in my bones. Broken Eldritch Idol, Hex Hunter HX11, Cosmo Cloudman, Giant Gura Beast, Mystic Albela. We got a foil Sears Gaze, which again is only a common, but this is a very, very important card in the meta right now, or at least I foresee it being very, very quickly. So to pull a foil of this is going to be, I think, pretty relevant. And then we've got a Valthok Bladebane, a Glowhorn Ibex, which is a foil token. Bladebane's a common. And then we've got another rare, a Glasswing Cockatrice, a Crypt Reach Province, Dreamweaver Sloth, and Flash the Windwalker. So, we are down to the last 2 packs. The last 2 packs here, guys. But it is all good. Here we go. We've got Biocircuit Plant, Glowcap Fungus, Comet Cleaver, Keeper of Drury Skulls, Mystic Albeta, Zenith Azimuth, foil common. We've got a foil Vulcan Veil, love that card. Invasive Sporling, a foil token. We've got ourselves a Deathsworn Gravesman, which is a rare, and then an Azure Sky Cetacean, which is an epic. So we got a rare and an epic. And then a Dreamweaver Sloth and a Floki Born in Fire. Alright, we're down to our last pack here. We're down to our last pack. But we've got some pretty crazy hits. Not only did we get the strength augmentation, look at all this stuff. We've got an Emma. Alright, we're gonna open this last pack and then we're gonna sift through this stuff. Here we go. It's the final countdown. The last pack. The last one. We get a Moonfire Crystal Mouse right on top. Probably the best common in the game. Super important card for gameplay. Skyseeker Twins, Pink Spore Dreamcap, Arcane Grasp, Professor Dro Stardust, a foil Flash the Windwalker, foil Caden Wind Whisper, which is an uncommon, a foil Bella token, very cool, that pairs with Caroline Candle, and then we've got an Epthys the Lost Sword. This is a mythic, guys. This is nuts. This gives any of your wonders Death Strike, which is just stupid good. And then we've got the first, Endless Ram, and Fortune Dealer. So, some pretty wild stuff. We do have one more to crack here, but let's go over what we got so far. This is the silver pack. This is going to be an alternate. So we've got a strength augmentation, right? This is our OCM. That card's just looking nuts. Looking absolutely nuts. We've got Formless Foil Harmonious. We've got a foil Mythic here. Foil Epic. Foil Rare. We've got a bunch more like foil rares and epics that we didn't pull out. I only pulled out so many. But these formless foils are just looking insane. Absolutely insane. Knievel, just because he's my favorite. Strange Mutated Mass. Some pretty wild stuff here. The Formless Foil Epic is pretty gnarly. And an Emma. Alright, let's open our silver pack. Here we go. It's the last pull of the entire box. Let's see what we get. There's a card in here to keep it safe, keep it from bending. Oh man. It's a formless foil Betrayer of Iron-Skin Clan. We kept seeing this card over and over in our packs, so I feel like it's fate that we pulled the formless foil alternate art version. That's another thing I gotta remind you guys of. This is an alternate art. And these alternate arts are super, super rare to get. So it's not just a formless foil, it's an alternate art formless foil. So even though this is only a common, this card's actually kinda nuts. We're gonna, you know what, we're gonna put this in a sleeve as well. So it looks like our pack was pretty crazy, to be honest. We got a lot of crazy stuff. There's some other crazy stuff still mixed in here too, but man, some cards that I just like for sentimental reasons, some powerful cards, whole lot of foils, way more formless foils than I expected, and this is looking nuts. Now, just as a reminder, we do also have the Phoenix Quill box. That video will be coming soon, where we'll be cracking that. That has even more insanity in it. It's guaranteed to have a Phoenix Quill, which is just absolutely insane. So I expect to pull even crazier stuff out of this. And then, more importantly, we've got this special numbered dragon box, which we will eventually get to. There will be a video up on the channel of us cracking the packs in this, and almost everything that comes out of the packs in this box is like insanely special. It's all like formless foils, and OCMs, and just absolute insanity. So we'll get to cracking that as well. So look forward to more content as we dig into the collection here and crack all of these products and see what they have to offer. But even just everything we pulled here today, absolutely nuts. We got an OCM. I am super excited. If you haven't already, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.